Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. So today we are going to continue to talk a little bit about the teaser. Okay guys, so we saw, if you didn't see it, we got a teaser, the Sky Guardians, a lot of things were shared there. The Panzer, the YAK-41, the Tornado ADV, French Navy, the Praga, I think it's called. It's actually a Czechoslovakian vehicle, apparently, a Little Bird, and some other things like the ejection seats are actually being added. So yeah, pretty cool, right? A lot of things were confirmed, and I will probably do another video just covering everything that is being confirmed and everything like that, because the reaction is just my honest reaction at the moment. And yeah, after a little bit, people start to just find stuff, and yeah. So I think we need to talk a little bit about the two aircraft. Mainly, I will be doing a video on the YAK-41 and one on the Tornado ADV. Okay, so both of them were confirmed. Let's talk a little bit about the YAK-41. I already did a video talking about during this week about the Yak. It is an aircraft that I was kind of leaked, and we already kind of knew what it was. But I wanted to talk about the performance of it, because a lot of people don't know about this aircraft. I already did talk a little bit about the history and other things on that other video. I might include in this one. But I wanted to actually talk a little bit about more on the performance of it. Because the YAK-41, it is a very how do I say this? Misinterpreted, maybe you can say that. Because it is an aircraft that it feels like it is very advanced, and it is for the concept itself, but the aircraft itself, don't expect anything too incredible, okay? Please keep your expectations down a bit, okay? Please do that. We don't know for sure if we are going to get the YAK-41 or the YAK-41M, what prototype indeed. People are saying that it is the YAK-41M, also known as the YAK-141 later. So remember, it was initially designated as that for disinformation propaganda, but later, after the Soviet Union collapsed, it was actually integrated as that to actually help try to sell it or something like that. So it was very much, it has these two names, okay? So don't mind if it got the other names, just that the Soviet designation inside Yakolev is YAK-41, okay? But we don't know exactly what version. Basically, we have the original prototype, and then we have an M version, which has larger, basically leading-edge route extensions and other minor improvements like avionics and stuff. So we don't know exactly what version we will see. Probably the most advanced version, but anyway. It is an aircraft that don't expect it to turn very well, okay? It does tend to have some turning capability compared to the Yak-38, but it's nothing compared to a Harrier GR7, to an F-16, to a MiG-29, okay? It will turn worse. And that's more due to the smaller wings that it has, due to the way that the aircraft was designed, and especially where the aircraft was designed to be placed it in. So the Baku class aircraft cruiser carrier, right? Also, another minor thing, remember that this engine wasn't the best engine in the sense of being an actual fighter, like thrust vectoring engine, like more advanced aircraft were, and even the Harriers were, right? It is an engine that the main engine of it obviously has three engines. Two of them is just for lifting the nose part of the aircraft, and then the bigger engine on the back. That bigger engine is just used for, on the vertical kind of situations, only used for takeoff, not for maneuvers, okay? Apparently, at least. Remember, this is a fully fly-by-wire aircraft, a fully digitalized aircraft, sorry. So yeah, it is going to probably have these limitations that an aircraft such as the F-16, for example, has in game, and even the MiG-29, right? And so it is probably not going to turn too well in that sense. But the main part about the aircraft itself, I think, is that it is a VTOL. So yeah, it's why it got to exist. But they got, why is it is a VTOL, is the reason why they actually added this engine. This particular the engine, the RKBM RD41, it's a very strong engine. Not the R79, sorry. The RD41 is the smaller one. But the Soyuz R79 V300, it is a very, very, very strong engine. It's a turbofan, okay? And it has static 152 kilonewtons of power. So this is going to be the main thing about this aircraft, the power. It is going to accelerate fast, it is going to take off fast, climb fast, everything like that. But it doesn't turn very well. It will rely on its missiles mainly to kill people. It's not that it's not nimble, it is nimble, but not as nimble as other fighter aircraft that we will see in the game, right? So it has the Geisha, obviously 30mm, 120 rounds, not too many rounds, but still it's one of the most amazing guns ever in the game right now, together with the Vulcan and others, so it is a very good gun. But the weaponry is the thing that, the missiles is the thing that you need to worry about this aircraft if you are going to face it. Because there are some things that we don't know for sure right now. What we know is that it can carry 4 under-the-wing pylons, so 4 missiles. Not a lot, I know. But the thing is, I couldn't actually confirm if they actually made it to actually use the R60M. I would doubt that it is impossible to use it because the R60M, the R73, they almost go in the same aircraft, kinda, right? So it is just minor modifications to the pylons. So I would say that it probably goes in the YAK-41, but in a general consensus, basically, the R73 is the main IR missile. So we will need to wait to see if it got the R73. And also, it is an aircraft that can carry the R77. I really doubt that we will see the R77 right now, but it can carry the more normal R27. And indeed, it can carry the R27 ERs and ETs. Even in the minor thumbnail that they did, it feels like it is an ET version. So the R27 ET. I don't know if it is or not. It is hard to actually tell, but it feels like it is. For the size of the missile and the size of the aircraft, it just feels like it is, right? And so, yeah, it got some incredible missiles. What will help these missiles? Obviously, a package very similar to what the other aircraft had in that time for the Soviet Union. So, an IRST package together with a radar. The radar itself, it is really, really hard to find information about it. What I did find is that it is an N019 Rubin radar, so the same radar as the MiG-29, but it has a smaller dish, which normally tends to be affecting the range on the radar, basically, right? So what we can expect is the same type of radar that we see in the MiG-29, but with a smaller kind of situation on the range. So probably instead of maybe detecting an F-14 at 80 kilometers like the MiG-29 does, it probably will detect an F-14, which is a large target, remember, from around 60, maybe 70 kilometers, something like that. It is not that different, but still, it probably will be a little bit. But let's wait and see. It is an aircraft that is very different. It is very cool, and I cannot wait to fly it, to be honest. We will see probably the dev stream on Saturday as it was leaked, and the dev stream, and then the dev server also on Saturday as well. So keep an eye out on the channel. Make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 50,000 subscribers, so help me out there. And I see you guys on the next one. Leave it in the comments if you think that the YAK-41 will be competitive or not. I think it will be a minor aircraft that not a lot of people eventually will fly it, but still, it is a fun one, and definitely the first one that I'm going to test it out, right? So I see you guys in the next one, and bye. See you.